You see, really, I don't give a damn what you make. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. If you're a badass, you understand what I'm saying? church. He don't care if them kids is his. He's gonna raise them like babies. It's hard to find one, but if you can, you better get you a southern man. Back in the day, I heard an old woman say, ain't nothing like a southern man. Nothing like a southern man. I asked her how could she tell them apart. She put her hand right on her heart. By the way that he wears his pants. It's by the way that he wears his pants. Now she was talking in real so deep. I thought she was talking about his jeans. Till Mr. Charlie walked up with a smile on his face. And now I see just what she mean. That man got a smooth walk. He kinda growl when he talk. Ain't shy to no hard work. He love his mama and he go to church. He don't care if the kids is his. He gon' raise them like babies. It's hard to find one, but if you can, you better get you a southern man. That woman was so proud with that man on her arm. Had me trying to chase him down all over town to see if he had a son. She said, Charlie ain't perfect, he's just a man, but he's everything I need. And now I want nothing other than a smooth southern brother that's head over heels for me. I took that woman at her word, and now I'm happy as can be. And if you listen to what we're saying to you, you'll see just what we mean. A southern man got a smooth walk. He kinda growl when he talk. He ain't shy no hard work. He love his mama and he go to church. He don't care if them kids is his. He's gonna raise them like they is. It's hard to find one, but if you can, you better get you a southern man. Now say, oh, say, oh, I love you, a southern man. Yes, I do.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's time for the show. Nakia says, is that blues? I would say so. Contemporary blues. It's not like old fashioned because the beat is a little bit higher, but it's still, from people from the South. And that's two women. The main lady is Cicely Wilborn. I think it came out, it says 2 months ago. So I found it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so I love that song. It's on my my intro greeting message. But I found that it don't sound that good, so that's why I don't play it through the app. I just play it separate. I have another speaker going. So anyway, good evening, good evening. Interesting live yesterday. Just want a quick recap that whatever your preference is, it's okay. If a woman says she wants to be traditional and she doesn't want a modern man, she doesn't want a 50-50 relationship, she wants a traditional relationship where the man leads, the man protects and provides, and she's willing to, I know it's a bad word, be submissive to him. I know it's a bad word, let him be dominant, because dominant, submissive, yin and yang. It's okay. And if you don't want that, it's okay, but you shouldn't try to shame somebody else. Like, if I'll say to any man or woman, if I'm traditional based on my values, based on how I'm raised, based on how I view things, that I'm not going to say the way that I do it is the only way. I'm just going to say this is the way I prefer. I don't want to be in a 50-50 marriage relationship. I want to lead. I want to have value to that woman. I'm not looking for a polygamous relationship either, because I hear some guys say, oh, well, you should just get you 2 or 3. I was like, I don't think I got the patience for that. One woman is a handful. What am I going to do with 2 or 3? Hell, I only got 2 hands. And then I still need to go add value to the world. I still need to be able to slay dragons. And I actually heard some guy say, well, no, you don't have to do that. You can go, you let them work, and you be a stay-at-home husband. I was like, man, that's crazy. But anyway, just saying, hey, if somebody does not agree with you, it's okay. There's more than one way to be happy. And whatever your happiness is, whatever you want to desire for your destination is what's important. Not like your way is the only way. And I realize that. And I really come to terms with that as I continue to do this work for others, for myself. Because I enjoy this. I enjoy listening to different people's perspective. And I was in a leadership class today, and they gave this analogy, and I'll share it with you, then we'll get on to tonight's topic. So you say you got a beach ball. You know, a beach ball, when it's inflated, it has multiple, you got the red, yellow, green, whatever. So if I'm holding it directly in front of my face and I see the red and the white, but the other person who holds it directly in front of their face on the other side, they see yellow and green. And then they ask, hey, what did you see? I saw red and white. Well, the other person, they saw yellow and green. Okay, both of us are right. But from our perspective, we're correct. And unless you're looking from above, you don't know that both of us are right. So don't just discount somebody just because they're not saying the same thing as you. That's what I learned today. So perspective. Always have perspective. All right, so 3 C's. 3 C's tonight, and we got a coach coming up with us. She's already in the building. I thank you for being on time, ma'am. I really appreciate that. 3 C's: communication, consistency, and compromise. These are the 3 C's to an above average relationship. So I'm gonna break down all 3 quickly, then we're gonna bring up our guests and we're gonna have a great discourse, and then, give us about 20 minutes to do a little introduction of her, then go over a couple things, and then if anybody wants to hop in after that, I'll be pulling people from the audience, from the chat, and of course, tonight is Tuesday, so after the top of the hour, it's at 17 after, so about 9:10 my time, 10:10, I'll be going over to YouTube for another hour to try to go back and forth. All right, so consistency. Most people, this is for both sides. I'm gonna break down what's more important to each side. Consistency is the one that's in the middle. It's very important for whoever you're trying to court, to date, to be with. It shows that you have that effort. Even a man, yes, he's supposed to court, but once he makes it known to the woman verbally, in his actions and consistently, then she should then reciprocate said actions. Embrace the grace. Stand up. Oh, I mean, you're not gonna stand up that tall. Oh wait, priceless. All right. So consistency is what both sides needs. Both sides need to know and reciprocate that they're interested, that they like, that they care about, that they're willing to give information to on a regular basis, answer questions, and never be like, oh look, I don't feel like it today. We're trying to get to each other. What I say? Hey, we're trying to get to know each other. So as you're still in the beginning stages, somewhere before the 6-month mark, you have to be consistent. And then the next step is communication. A man can go a little bit less on the communication side, is receiving it, but he must over communicate to the female. Females have a lot of questions. They want to know that your consistency is real. They want to know that they can trust you. They have, unfortunately, all these things going in their head, because remember, guys think straight line. Like, hey, I want her, I want to be with her, what do I need to do? Women, it's kind of flowy, goes here and there, and you have to straighten it out for them by over communicating, not just communicating, over communicating. So I say this: if a guy's making a true effort to be with a woman and he wants to be with her seriously, he needs to have 5 points of contact per day. And some say that's a lot, some say this, oh, I get it. But let me explain the 5 points. If you don't, you're courting, you're dating, so you don't live with her, okay? First, good morning. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, hey, baby, whatever. Some kind of reference. If you get up earlier than her or later than her, as soon as you arise after you get your day going. I don't drink coffee, so I can't speak about that. But when you get going, you must let her know that you're alive and well. Whatever. Before you get to work, if you have a regular job. First text. Then, somewhere after you get your, let's just say if you work at 8 to 5, so you did this at 7 on the way to work, then about 10:30, if she, hopefully she responded back before you go to lunch, hit her with another text. How's your morning going so far? Okay, that's 2 times. On your lunch, you should call. If you know that she's not available to call, then you hit her with a third one, but try to talk to at least verbally or FaceTime around at lunchtime. Then finally, not finally, when you go home, hey, I'm headed home. I was just thinking about you, just saying hi. Nothing special. So you hit 4 points of contact, and then you should have a FaceTime or a voice call that evening. So that's 5 times. These can be interchanged based on the schedule, but 5 points of contact with 2 phone calls and 3 texts is a recommendation. And if a woman is interested in you, this won't be bad. If a woman cares about you, she's going to be like, okay, good. So then if something goes wrong, because you have this consistency, you have this, hey, I'm checking in. I don't really want anything. I just want you to know that you're important to me. I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. And I want you to know that I'm okay. I'm okay. Sometimes it's okay to, hey, baby, I ain't want nothing. I was just saying what's up. As a guy, you can do that. And if she says, she sends a heart face or a smile or something like that, you don't care. Well, it doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out conversation. And if you're busy, that's even fine too. But somewhere in there, at least, throughout the course of the day, between the time you leave, go to work, and before you go to bed, dinner, if you don't live together, you should at least talk 15 minutes. Even if you just hear each other breathing, I want to know how your day went. Everything okay? Is there any concerns? Do you need me to do anything if I live close? And then get off the phone. And then, hey, babe, I'll talk to you later. Oh, man, I'm really tired. I just wanted to holler at you for a little bit, and then I'll call you tomorrow, or I'll text you in the morning. Something like that. So depending on where you work and what they got going on, if you know that they're going to be in a meeting all day, or they have a training for their job, or they're traveling, use that at your discretion, but still make the points of contact at least 3 on a bad day. That way, if you don't like her or him, you don't want to be dealing with them, you don't want to move forward, you just cut it off. So when you don't have the same energy, you don't continue to communicate. And I'm sorry I took long on this. I just came to my head. When you stop communicating like you were, then it's not going to necessarily be a red flag. It's just, hey, I don't feel like moving forward with you no more. You made a decision or choice, and I think that I can use my time wisely with somebody else. And it'll be very noticeable because of the amount of contact that you have, that it won't be, oh, I don't know, I couldn't tell that you weren't. What's up, Hank? Man, I feel like a superstar, and I got a big Hank in the building. You will feel the person, other side, will, like, for example, if I'm communicating and she stops, then I'll know there's an issue. I don't have to ask too many times. If it goes blank one day and then the next day it goes blank after I send 3 texts and she don't respond, I think I need to either give her a call or something to denote that, hey, I noticed that the communication has slowed down. I just want to verify that this is what's going on. Okay? Lastly, compromise. Men, this is for you. Men, you will need to compromise to get to where she wants you. Women are not wanting to compromise that one. They got their list, your laundry list. I don't even have a good piece of paper. It's up here, all the things they want, all the things they want from you. Okay, great. You might have men, our list is a lot shorter. We're not as concerned. We're like, hey, I like these 2 or 3 things about her. As long as she keeps those up, I'll be okay. You make the choice, but know that she's gonna want you to wear a tie every now and then, wear a sport coat, get extra starch in your jeans, change your shoes, change your beard, get a fade, start walking, eat a little bit better, stop smoking, something. There's gonna be some kind of caveat that the woman's gonna bring to the table to the man to know that there's gonna be some adjustments made. And also, do not assume, so let's just say, let's fast forward, I gotta put this in there too. Let's fast forward a couple months, not more than 2, let's be clear, not more than 2. Y'all get sexually active. You figure out y'all like how each other look naked, and the sex is good. Whatever you did the first couple times, that's it. After that, you need to say, listen, baby, I'm concerned about you, I care about you, I think that we have a future together, and I need to know how to please you. And you need to take the next 2 to 6 sessions of learning what pleases her individually. No matter how successful you were before, you must learn what it is to please her and then be consistent with the instruction that she gave you. And a woman, yes, communication is key, no assumption. I've been being very clear with that. And then a woman, ask the same thing. You don't have to, like, normally we'll give you a little bit more time. But women, for men, you need to, after a couple times, you need to say, listen, I want to learn you. I need to learn what makes you happy, what pleases you, how fast you want, how slow you want, all this. I don't have to be vulgar. All the steps. And then kind of do a test. Like let's just say, let's do it over 3 times. Instruction, pop quiz, instruction, final test. So 5 times, lots of learning, lots of patience, no rushes, and then it'll benefit you 6-7 months later. And some people at a certain age, you're like, oh, I want to be spicy. You ain't got time for that shit. Really. If you work a lot, you got more than one job, you got more than one stream of income, you have, you got kids, or you don't have kids, or you got to travel, you don't have time. Once you really get going and you start trusting this person, you're not going to want to take this time at the beginning where you're still getting that little tingle. Because after 6 or 7 months, it's like, okay, well, I need this for men. I hadn't figured out what pop quiz, no bullshit. I hadn't figured out how to say it for women, but guys, while we're in the first, inside of 10 times, we got this little tingle, like, oh my, I can't wait to get it. I can't wait to get it. So while you still got that tingle, while you still got that nervousness, then you need to make sure you explore and be patient. But after that, it's kind of like, it's like food, air, and water. Yes, I need this in my life. I want to have an orgasm. I want to have an orgasm by her specifically. And I think I should do it, whatever is the reason, but 1 to 4 or 5 times a week. I mean, if you're both live at home or whatever, it's going to be higher. If one person travels and is not as available, it's not going to be as much. But you want to do that. It's going to have, oh shit, I need a bus, and I want her to do it, and around her cycle, around whatever. But you got to have that communication. That goes back into saying, hey, this is what I want. This is how often I would like it, based on my schedule, based on your schedule. We need to make sure we fit this in. If not, it's going to be a problem for one of us. And we don't want those problems. Out of all the things that can go wrong in a relationship, you don't want the lack of sexual communication to be it. You don't want finances to be it. There's plenty of demons and dragons that are outside of the relationship, whether it be people, jobs, finances, of things happening, like a car breaking down and or other bills, credit card, blah, 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 that you don't want to be concerned with. You want the communication between the two of you to be tight, so that when the other things on the outside, as y'all grow together, y'all are ready to fight that together. Okay, so those are my 3 C's. I know that was a little bit longer than I intended. Sorry about that. Communication, compromise, and consistency. So, ma'am, I hope you're ready, Coach. Let's do this thing. Send a request to you. Thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. Last night, man, y'all had me on a drought. Thank you, HOV. Let me see if I missed any comments. I was trying to get through all that. Good evening, ma'am. How you doing, Coach?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm great. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss any comments, and then we'll get your intro. Did you like my explanation of the 3 C's?
Yeah, I did. You did a good job.
Thank you, HOV. It's easier to move with your best foot forward, knowing that you gave your best. It is. I would say that anytime you get into a relationship, you really care about somebody, you kind of got to let go and know that you want to be with this person and say that. Women are not, I don't task with women saying that they want to be with a man. I task a man saying when he want to be with a woman. That's why I actually got offended yesterday when, if a guy tells you plainly, hey, I'm interested in you, I want to be with you, I want to pursue a relationship with you. Then this guy said, okay, well, let her do what she wants to do. Well, that's not going to work. That's not part of the plan. If you're going to be a leader in the relationship, first thing you got to do is start leading. You must tell her and profess to her. My mom gets on me about this. Profess to her what your actions will be. Then show your actions by being consistent. I was like, okay, I think I kind of like that. That makes sense. So, but if she doesn't want what you want, if she wants to put you in the sunken place, and the sunken place is the friend zone, then you must abort immediately, without hesitation, and do not accept it. Okay, I'm gonna stop being so long-winded.
Your mom's a wise woman.
Coach Latricia. I'm just gonna leave it at Coach Latricia. Is that okay?
Renee.
Renee.
Yeah.
Listen, that H in there be throwing me off. I'm telling you.
Me too. It's like it's really spelled like that on my birth certificate.
Your mom loved you.
It was my dad, but yeah.
People get on me because I don't say my middle name, and they're like, "Why don't you like the middle name?" Because now this is the last thing. This is my joke. Women, if they're in a relationship with you, and they supposedly love you, they'll, you get to know them, and you've seen birth certificates and IDs and all this stuff. Women, for whatever reason, will call the man's first, middle, and last name.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think that's bullshit. So I make it known. Let's just say we I get into a relationship with a female, and I tell them shortly after we've had sex, and hey, we're gonna be committed to you. Do not say my middle name. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Do not say it. If you say it, that's grounds for termination. She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm just letting you know. Do not say my middle name, because only person that's left walking that can say my middle name is my mother. Now, if I've had people call me, like telemarketers, they'll say my first middle name. I'm like, hold on, listen, I don't know why you were initially calling, but you just messed up.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to say my middle name. And it was like, sir, click. So yeah, I'm kind of anal about that. I don't know. And the reason I'm anal is because women misuse it so much, and I know y'all do it to irritate me. So I'm like, hey, I gotta be able to get some kind of standing, because, Coach, y'all hell sometime. Now,
Yeah.
I'm saying y'all hell, but I ain't going without you. But y'all hell. Okay. Coach Latricia Renee.
Yes.
Give me a quick intro. Let's tell the people what you're about, how long you've been at it, how they can reach you, and then we'll get this thing going.
Okay. Well, I'm a life coach and an emotional healing coach. I kind of got into it unexpectedly. Like people would just start telling me their life stories and just asking for advice, and they'd be like, I don't know why I'm okay telling you this, and I don't know you. And so I was like, all right, just kind of started paying attention. And then at work, people would be like, Trish, you look like you give good advice. And they would just start telling me their personal business. And then people from other departments would be like, are you Trish? I heard you give really good advice, and I heard you're a really good listener. So people kept saying, Trish, you should be a life coach, or you should like post on social media. So that's kind of how I got started. I don't like being the center of attention. So when I upload like videos and stuff, it's still like, I still get butterflies, especially like when I see the comments and the numbers they're doing. I'm like, okay, God, I see you. It was still a little awkward, but okay, I see what you're doing with this. So I don't know. I'm more active on Instagram, but I am also on Facebook and TikTok. But Instagram is probably the best and quickest way to find me.
Okay, yeah, because you can't. Do they have like a DM feature on TikTok? Because I'm not on TikTok at all.
Yeah, they do. It'll give you it'll show, what does it say? Messages from people who follow you or something like that will be found here. So yeah, you may not get the alert for it, but you can see that there's a message.
So anybody wants to follow her on her, I'm assuming it's all Coach Latricia Renee on all three platforms?
Yeah, everything except Facebook. I don't know why Facebook won't let me change it, but on Facebook, it's Life Coach Trish.
Gotcha. All right, so anybody who wants to follow, hit the top up here. You'll see the drag down, and then you can see her name. I don't want to mess up the spelling. The video most definitely is a featured guest, and yeah, follow. She has good content. She's a positive female. She wants to help us move in the right direction. Now, like I talk about, as you can tell, relationships, life, and the communication between men and women, Black specifically, in our community. I say that because I've gotten flack before that, because they said, well, how come you're not concerned about just women in general? Well, my mama don't look like you. So my ex-wife don't look like you. I want to look like me, not necessarily this dark, but a Black person with another, because our community is fading fast, and we're not communicating. And the main thing, we're just not communicating with each other about what our wants are, what our needs are, and what our realistic requirements are.
Yeah.
I think that we just need to start having conversations, because if, for example, and I'm gonna give both sides. I'm never just against the men. I'm never just against the women. Both of us some bullshit. So I'm just gonna tell it like it is. Liddell, what's up, sir? Um, it's about the communication between the two that's most important, and then being realistic on the expectations. So I always say that a man is willing to accept a woman 3 out of 5 things. If, like, for example, don't be offended by anything. These are general. I got to get disclaimers every now and then. She can cook, because I'm from the South, born in Mississippi, live in Tennessee, so that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Cook, breasts, hips, toes, personality. Okay, so you're gonna lose one of them, maybe 2. It might be, she might not be there, because I like a feminine woman who's really nice, and like when she goes to church, she goes out in public, everybody's like, hey, hey, and she's all speaking back. I don't want one who's gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
me do that. Let me be the one that grunts and growls. I don't want that. I want a woman who's like all bubbly and stuff and extra nice and so happy to see other people. That's what I want. All right, so you're gonna have to give up. Women have a different expectation. They 4 out of 5. And then you can increase these numbers. I use the lower number denominator, so it's simple. But as women add to their list, so 4 out of 5 will be 8 out of 10, and so on and so forth. But women expect 4 out of 5. They create their list. They create what they want. What's up, Chels? They create what they want, and they have this expectation. I want this man. So have you heard of the 3 6s?
Oh, is that the 6-pack, 6 foot, and 6 figures?
Right. But you're black, so the 6-pack is replaced with something else.
What?
6 inches
Mm.
or greater.
I feel like I probably should have known that, but I never would have thought of that, and I've never heard that.
Oh, watch my videos. So the women say, I miss me. You're funny, Will. My co-host who's been out with family issues, he's back in here tonight. So hold on a second. My cousin wants to come up. Hold on one second. Probably should. Anyway, so yes, so black women have said that the 6 inches is more important than a 6-pack. Man, you bald headed. I can't hear you. Are you on mute? Are you on mute? I can't hear you, bro. Coach, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Byron, drop down and come back, because I don't know, I can't hear you. Okay. So black women said that sex is a foundational part of them being happy. So they said they want an above average man, being that 6 inches or better is very important to them. And so that's why they said, well, I'll drop down on the fitness part, the 6-pack, and be sexually satisfied. That's more important. This is not, and it's funny because you said, I should have known that. As a black woman, of course, you should have known. You should have known what.
And I don't think I've ever heard a black woman say 6 inches is enough for her, though. So I guess that's kind of why I never thought of that. Because usually the black women I hear, they want like, I want 8 or I want 9 inches. And it's like, realistically, most men aren't that big. So.
Well, no, the thing is, it's 6 inches or more. So if he's 6 in average, that's not enough.
Okay, and more. Okay.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, those are requirements that women, and they expect this, like it's normal. So that the fact that the average man, hey Dino, the average man makes $50,000, right? And they want double that for a man's salary, and they don't care. I mean, now this is just the average among black men. They want that or more, and they want the flashy guy with swag who got a little street behind him, but is educated. It's a really I'm gonna say complex mix of what they want from a guy.
Yeah.
So okay, What are your thoughts on my 3 C's? Communication, consistency, and compromise.
Okay, so I'm a huge advocate for communication. So I can definitely rock, but what means more? Okay, so communication is super important, but for me, consistency is more important because I feel like if I tell you I'm interested, it's not your job to keep my attention. You remain consistent, and that keeps my attention. Like, I don't want to know if I'm going to hear from you now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to hear from you later. So when you did those 5 points, when a woman should hear from you at least, I think that's really dope. And I wish more men would take that into account, because you may get the, hey, good morning text, I hope you sleep well. A lot of women are going to wonder, is she in rotation? So are you sending that to a lot of other women? Whereas if you make a point to speak to her several times throughout the day, she's less likely to feel like you're dealing with other women. So I don't know. I really, really, out of everything you said, that's the thing I really appreciate the most. And more men should do that, honestly. Compromise. Yeah, that's important for any relationship. I heard you mention that men really need to compromise, but I think, at least from my experience, men are more likely to compromise than women, because women, it's like you said, she'll have this list and she expects you to be everything on that list, but she always doesn't. I gotta think of how to word it, because I always get called a pick me because of my stance on stuff. And I just feel like a lot of men will compromise more than a lot of women will, but a lot of women don't even bring enough to the table to demand that he compromise. That's the best way to put it, to make it make sense.
Okay, so look, don't worry about being a pick me. We're goal oriented, result.
Yeah.
So if the goal is for us to be together, if we want the results of putting black people with black people,
Mm-hmm.
families, even if they were previously broken and now can be mended,
Yeah.
we want as many fathers in new homes and many single women not to be single no more. Because I
Yeah.
heard this day today, it was kind of weird. She said, "There's a difference between me choosing to not be with somebody. I'm a mother that's single. She chose to be this way,
Mm-hmm.
and being a single mother, then she has no support." And I was like, "Man, you playing on words a little bit too much for me. I don't like that shit."
Yeah. It's the same thing, really.
But she said
But
because she chose to be single, she don't want to be in a relationship with the guy, then she said the first. I mean, but either way, there's a difference in the two, and one involves her choice of not wanting to be with the previous father, and the other one is when the father didn't want to hold the relationship. I,
so I feel like that's just like, you came up with something that sounds good for a situation that you found yourself in.
mhm.
That's the way that sounds to me. But it also goes back to that beach ball scenario you mentioned. Like, it's perspective. So that's her perspective, but mine, it's like, it's the same thing. You just change the order of the words.
I agree. I agree. I mean, it was so funny because she was adamant about this shit. She was like, "No, I'm single. I chose to be this way. I'm not, and I do have support." And I'm like, but the only thing I had against it is a lot of women have support, whether it be from that father or from the government or from their family, and they'll say, "I'm doing this all by myself. I don't have nobody helping me."
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, that ain't true.
Mm-hmm.
It's you didn't, and I'm not saying that it's easier. I'm not saying that, but don't say that you never had assistance. You never had any auntie say, "Okay, I know you just left. You know, I got an extra bed. Y'all can stay in,"
Yeah,
or um, you know what, we cooking on Sunday. You're always welcome, so you don't have to worry about that meal or something like that.
yeah,
But they always, "Oh, I'm all by myself. Nobody's ever helped me," and I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of offensive. Don't say that."
yeah.
The
I
black not turn their back on us like that. I don't believe
yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree, because I don't, like, I have children and I'm not married. My children have a very, very, very active father. So I also don't do the whole child support game. Like, you're here because you want to be here. But to me, I'm not a single mother because, like you said, like I got a village. Their dad is here. They have family or whatever. I get, what is a single mother? I mean, is it just a woman who's never been married and has children? Like, what is the correct definition of a single mother? Because to me, like, I'm not married, but I'm not a single mother because they have another parent. They have a village. I have friends. Like, what it, from your standpoint, what's a single mother?
She said, I'm playing on the words. She
All right.
said, so you would be a mother that's single. You don't, I mean, for what, I'm not trying to get in your personal business too much. You're not a father, right?
Right. Yeah.
You're single, as in not attached. And
Yeah.
you're a mother that's single. She said, if you're a single mother the other way, then you don't have any help. You're doing it by yourself. Nobody supports you. All these other things. And I would say, if you have, unless you're one of those rare people that's unfortunate that both parents have passed on both sides, so that's 4 grandparents have passed, and nobody's living. He either passed away, incarcerated, not available, and then you have no siblings. That's like the only time I could see somebody not having any
Yeah.
support.
Yeah. Like, you're literally by yourself. Just
Yeah.
you got. Yeah.
But then on top of that, you still can reach out to the government. If everybody else is gone, they gonna help. I mean, you just gotta fill out the paperwork the right way, and they gonna give it to you. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know how to say it. They're gonna find you a way to get food, and they're gonna give you shelter. No, I'm finna bring you up, Dina. I just wanted to get a couple more questions with her before I brought you up. It's all government construct that helped them determine easily who is likely to get assistance. It's outdated term. I agree.
Yeah.
But let me catch up on the comments right quick, see if anything else is pressing. That's because women think they shit don't stink and self-entitlement and selfish church. Women compromise a lot more because there are more of them and less eligible single men available. Women compromise. No, sir, I'll bring you up. I disagree.
I disagree too.
Yeah. I mean, because women will say, so here's the one main caveat. If a man picks a woman, then he will like, hey, listen, I picked you, I want to be with you, and I'm making it known. Then he will make any sacrifice to prove it to you, and then be consistent enough to actually get the shot. We get turned down 9 times out of 10, even though plenty of y'all will be, oh, I'm single, I don't see nobody available, but you turn down 10, 15 guys in a row. Oh, well, they didn't qualify, so I don't really count them.
Yeah, I agree. I also feel like men compromise more because with women, let's say my list has 8 things. You need to at least have 7.5 of those things, or I'm gonna put you in the friend zone, and then I'm gonna be like, God not sending me a man, but you friend zoned him. Whereas with a man, you can have a list of stuff, but that woman expects you to be okay with her flaws and settle for her, where she's not going to be willing to settle for you. So I definitely disagree with that.
Yeah, so I call the friend zone the sunken place. And then I ask women, they say, why you call it the sunken place? Because it's a movie. And it also is very difficult to get out. Once a woman relegates a man to the sunken place, he can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
He will sit there and wait for years and years, wait for his turn, wait for her to be weak, wait for something. And then next thing you know, he's just hearing about what Pookie and Ray Ray did to her. And hey, my tire's flat. Can you come pick me up? Because Ray Ray ain't answering the phone.
Yep. And he'll listen to her talk about the kind of man she wants, the kind of man she's praying for when he's that man, but he doesn't look the way she wants him to look, or he doesn't make enough money, or there's always going to be, once a woman decides you, like, usually it's rap, especially if she puts you in the sunken place, as you call it. Like, there ain't no coming back from that. So now I put you there, and now I'm trying to, every time my heart is broken, talking about this is the kind of man I want, this is the kind of man I'm praying for, he gonna get his shoulder in his mind, he like, me, here I am right here. But because he doesn't look a certain way, or he doesn't have like Right.
Big deal.
Hey man, I just wanted to get on here for a moment and let everybody know that I'm definitely making improvements, and I'm wearing my uniform for work as usual. You know, you got your suit on. I got on my uniform. I like the discussion, and I think that ultimately a lot of things that were discussed are true at times. See, it's important to remember that we're human beings that are a part of an ecosystem and are all essentially a part of nature. So for right now, women are thinking, yeah, a lot of men are more willing to compromise and blah 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 blah. It's summertime. You able to get outside. You could wear that little short skirt. You able to show a little more flesh. You getting a lot more attention on a regular basis. Wait till 3 months from now come. It's places all over the world. It's gonna be snowing. You gonna have on them Timberlands. You ain't gonna have no toes out. He don't know you got pretty toes. You got on them boots with that fur on it. You got fur all around here, puff coats on. He don't know how beautiful them breasts are. He can't compliment you on that. He's going to really have to just look at your face if you don't have on a mask and it's the seventh pandemic and say, she looks to appear attractive. Let me holler at her. Because once again, it's wintertime and it'll be cuffing season. And then y'all are, and if you think you're lonely now, oh yeah, wait until the winter time. You'll be all alone, girl.
So funny.
I
That's good.
don't know.
The fact that most women won't compromise. Yeah, when winter comes, as they say, yeah, but they will get a guy, they will reel him in, they'll get those communications, then they'll be at home on FaceTime, walking around in a wife beater and some jogging pants to show she got a little jiggle, and she just might happen to flash her toes coincidentally. So, oh, I got a prize here, and then she's gonna hit him with the requirements. Then she's gonna say, well, you know what? I don't like that Chevy, whatever, Malibu, Impala.
Hmm.
I don't like that Buick, or I don't like that Maxima. I think you should be driving a Maserati or some kind of Benz or something like that. You don't really make enough. Oh, hold on. How tall are you? Oh, I need you to be 6 foot. How tall are you? Oh, I'm 5'2". Yeah, you got to. And I'm not coming for you, Grace. Chill out. You got to be taller than that. Or what you say you do again? You're Walmart. What's that pay? 65? No, I need you to make 100,000. Women, and you love this, Dino. Women look to disqualify. They will find a reason to say, he's such a nice guy, but I'm not going to be able to do it. Men look to qualify. They will find a reason to say yes. She might not have the size titties she want. Ass might not be as fat as he like. Might not be as pretty. There might have been 2 or 3 others, but man, I love the way she make gumbo. Or man, that walk she got is stout. Or she's so nice and friendly. My mama likes her. He gonna find a reason to say yes versus saying no. And I actually haven't found a woman to say, well, sometimes he just ain't right for me. Okay, that's why you single. And well, no, it's just I hadn't met the right one. But men have come at you from seeing you at the grocery store, seeing you at the mall, the movie, wherever. And they might not have been as aggressive, but they've dropped a hint, hey, I'm interested. And you say, no, you don't qualify. I'm sorry.
I agree with that to a degree, because once again, That's age appropriate. See, at a certain age, both men and women have those exact same thoughts that you stated. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, qualified, disqualified. You don't need no stinking credits. You got too much credit. I need some credit. But once you get up in that age, and if you think you're lonely now, oh yeah, wait until a few more birthdays, girl. You'll be all alone, blowing out your candles all alone, girl. Because they swatting them down like flies right now. Get off me, boy. I ain't doodle. Get off me. Too short. Too tall. You ain't got no muscles. You ain't got no bends. You got a fake rollie on. But wait until they get a few gray hairs. I so wish I had that Janet Jackson. Girl, he quoted me and quoted me. Brought flowers to my job. I love me some flowers. And I just wadded him down like a fly. And look at me now. I ain't got nobody to bring me. Well, you know I don't need no more toothpaste. But I ain't got nobody to bring me denture cream. Because they done got old. And they done ran out of options. Like that one comedian said, or actor, or somebody said, listen, every year it's a brand new team of them graduating from college, becoming eligible every single season. For a man, little Just for Men, keep up with the latest little style of dress that you see off the music videos and all the entertainers got. You could still get you a woman. A man's got the opportunity to be 70. Come on over here, girl. Daddy got a few dollars. What's that you want? Balenciaga? I get you one of them. Come on here and tell me what you working with. He still got a shot. But when women get that certain age, they start losing that appeal. When women get a certain amount of children plus that certain age, start adding a little extra weight. You know, women only got so many years to be fooling us with them bring them back stretch pants. You know that new thing they got? It take your phone, it got a little pocket, and you can see them hips, that booty. It's looking young and perky, and the phone slipped right on in on that side, on the thigh that's looking magnificent. Boy, they peel them suckers off when they get home. Them stretching things be saying, I thought she wasn't ever gonna let me free. And that stuff be every which way it wanna be. Lumps, bumps, cottage cheese. You done fooled somebody. But after a while, child, I'm telling you, a day gonna come when y'all got opportunity to get you one and he good, you better go grab him. Because if you don't want to be lonely, oh yeah, you better give him a shot. Girl, Postal, FedEx, UPS, girl, grocery store.
Okay.
And that's how I feel, man.
Ask, why do a lot of women look to disqualify more than finding a reason to make it work? Why not see this man who's not necessarily tall enough, doesn't make the right amount of money, whatever the case? Why do they always say, there's another one available. There's another one that I can get with. There's another one that's going to be the height, the money, the complexion, the wave, the bald head, the goatee, the beard, whatever. Why? Coach?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking him.
No, no.
I was
I'm
waiting
asking
for his
woman.
response. I think it has a lot to do with how women are raised from little girls. Like, we're raised to be princesses. So, like, whatever it is you imagine, you're supposed to be able to get that. So, when this man comes along, he doesn't look like the man we fantasized about, or he's not the type of man that we can brag to our homegirls about. He's not the type of man that they're going to be jealous about. He's not the type of man that somebody else is going to be like, "Ooh, I wish I had him." So until that man comes along, the other man ain't good enough.
What about the women who say they want a traditional man, a man who's going to protect and provide and lead, and they really don't? They want a man that they can lead and will do exactly what they want with no exceptions.
Yeah, see, and I feel like that's a problem. I feel like women like that are common now, but I feel like they're so common because men have made it okay. Because these women, they can get, they'll let go, and then they'll get another one, and then they'll get another one, as opposed to getting with the man who is an alpha man or a strong man or a leading man who is like, no, you're not wearing the pants relationship. So until she meets a man or two men or three men who are strong enough in who they am to be like, nah, we're not doing that. Either you give me that energy, or I'm gonna see you later, because we both can't wear the pants. So as long as y'all are allowing those women to be like that, they just gonna keep going from man to man until they get one who calls her out on her stuff and then makes her, well, but calls her out on stuff and then lets her know like, nah, we ain't doing that in this relationship. So I feel like part of the,
What would you give to advice of women who, because to me, my target audience is 35 to 55. So that's right when women start losing options, and to the point where around 55, they're like, you know what, I haven't been married. They like, man, you know what, whatever. Because there's not many women who are 60, like, yeah, I'm still out here. They're like, man, fuck it. I've exhausted it, and I can't find no man who wants to be with me, because the men that are their age are looking younger. They're not looking older. And then you've also, unfortunately, aged out of that weird place where a younger guy wants a cougar. She gets on the other side of 50 something. They're like, yeah, I don't want a cougar. I just want somebody who's like 10 years older than me, not 20. So what would you say to them as far as the choices that they're making and how to correct it?
I don't even know. Like, I just, because I know some women who are in their 60s and they're still single, but they're still out here. Like, okay, there's this one woman I know specifically, and there are men who are interested in her, 62 or 63. She will find the randomest reason to not be interested in them, and then she'll say she wants to get married. So there was a guy, he was a super dope guy. He was good to her. He was, I don't know, great to her. And she happened to see him without a shirt on. So he just had on a beater. So she was like, she can't mess with him because he was a little chunky. She calls him like man boobs, she said he had. And I was like, so out of everything, that's the only thing that was wrong with him. And she was like, yeah, it scared me. And I'm like, girl, what? Like, so I know some older women who are like that. And it's like, at that age, I'm not saying anybody should have to settle, but you getting closer to meeting Jesus. So if you want to be married, you probably should just with the guy who really cares enough to deal with you. Because if you're that bothered, he has to go to the gym with you. Be like, okay, babe, let's eat healthier. Or I don't know, like, if you really want a good man and you got a good man, but his physical characteristics ain't there, like, that's crazy. A lot of women, like a lot of women that I've spoken to, let me say that, they what like they'll want him to look a certain way, or they'll want him to possess certain qualities, but because he doesn't come in the package they were expecting, then they don't. So if this man everything you want. Encourage him to go to the gym, because men will do a lot of stuff for women that they really, really care about. So even if he does not want to change his eating, or he does not want to be healthier, he's going to do it because you asked him to. Don't be demanding. Don't belittle him. Don't call him out of his name. Don't talk down to him. Encourage him to want to make better choices. So I feel like, I don't know, like older women, they should set, but I do think they need to be more realistic that their time is passing in regards to getting married, because even the cougars who are with the younger guys, some of the younger guys, they don't want to be with women in their 50s, 60s, 70s, especially I'm dating you have adult sons. So every time something goes on between us, I got to worry about you saying you going to call your son. Like, no, absolutely not.
Never.
Ooh,
I'm
boy.
gonna read this comment from Mo. I see you like it already, Dina. Magnificent Mo said, "Give me that Uncle Charlie kind of love, that good old but sexy with a twist, good-hearted, God-fearing man, break my back kind of love." She didn't. She put that in there too. I know.
Yes.
I think that social media in general, television, music videos, films, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, I think that it's really ruined relationships, because on a daily basis we're over inundated with imagery of what either a person's supposed to look like or what a person's supposed to have. And when a person doesn't stand up to one or both of those things, it makes a person less attractive to the things that traditionally we were attracted to, which was a good, kind heart, good spirit, unselfishness, thoughtfulness, God-fearing, hardworking, ambitious, loyal, stability. You know, I think we put a lot on looks. There's a lot of pressure on women for looks. Not only are women coming now younger, but they're being introduced to femininity a lot younger. And they're also being introduced to, if you have enough money, you can make yourself look like the person that you think everybody wants you to look like. We've got a knife for that. We can give you some booty, some hips, some boobs. We can give you a different nose. We can straighten your teeth. Hell, we could give you a whole set of new teeth. Your hair broke on the top like mine? Shit. Wait till tomorrow. Brazilian all the way down your back. You ain't got no eyelashes? Fuck you. I done snatched every long-haired poodle on my block, skinned it. I'm gonna have you like this tomorrow. You don't like the color of your eyes? Betty by Maybelline. Tomorrow you can have any color eyelashes and eyes you want. Guess what? Your mama ain't from the South. You got them little bitty lips, them Bill Cosby type lips. Wait till the motherfucking morrow. Your motherfucking lips gonna look like somebody did them like, them bitches gonna be like this. So it's just way too easy, but way too much pressure, and we all looking for the wrong shit. I wish I would date a woman, and before we meet for the first time, she asked me, what type of car do you drive? Oh boy, it's time for me to go. Lose my number. Because you in it for the wrong motherfucking shit. I could be driving my motherfucking Rolls Royce, and a motherfucking Mexican with no insurance can run the goddamn light tomorrow drunk and curl my shit up like a tin can. Am I gonna have to sing? I'm so lonely now. Oh yeah, my Rolls Royce is gone, girl. And now you gone, where you go? Come on back, girl. All the wrong motherfucking shit, man. And that's just my opinion.
Okay. Listen, I totally agree with you. You want to find a woman that wants to be with you for you, wants to promote you, wants to move you forward. That's for you. If she's only there for the money, if the money goes away, or if the body goes away, if the physicality goes away, then she's gone. That's not the woman for you.
That's right.
Not. All right, so tonight is Tuesday, and this is when I do my split. I'm starting here on IG, and I'm about to go over to YouTube. And Coach, I know you said you'd give me an hour of your time. I really appreciate it. I know you said you got to get up at 1:30 in the morning. You didn't say that. You got to put some food on.
Coach got a hot date she ain't telling us about. Look at her all dolled up. She said, shit, I didn't get dolled all up just for no damn IG live interview. I got somewhere to go. I ain't the one you talking about on there. Ain't got nobody singing How Lonely. Matter of fact, the UPS man hit on me the other day. He was tall, dark, and handsome. Looked like he had some muscles on him. And he drove one of them old loud-ass Dodge Charger, and it wasn't no Hellcat. But it's going to get us there. And I'm about to do what we do, spritz something on me, put my heels on, and I'm out the door. We ain't going to Ruth Chris. But Chili's going to do it, baby. Oh, man. She ain't denying it either. She is stunned, y'all.
4:20 in the morning for work.
It's good. She didn't have no response, Blue. Every time I said another thing, she would start looking for cameras in her house. How this nigga know what I got going on over here?
Coach,
he on the way.
Drop you one more time before we go, so they know where to find you. Please follow her. She's dropping gems. She's being authentic. She's being realistic. So please follow. Tell where they can find you. And do you do any lives or anything like that?
Yeah, I appreciate that. No, I only go live when people invite me on their lives or on different podcasts and stuff. I'm heavy on Instagram. I do respond to messages. I'm super witty and sarcastic though, so watch what you say to me, because you might not like the response I'm gonna give you if you hop in my DMs any kind of weird way. But I do respond. I try to respond to all the comments and stuff. I'm super goofy. I love to laugh. So if you say something goofy in my DM, I'm going to give it right back to you. So you can find me, again, real heavy on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Both of them are under Coach Latricia Renee, RHEE. And then Facebook is Life Coach Trish. I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. I do accept new clients as far as life coaching and stuff, and it's pretty affordable. But I'm heavy on the God flex. So if you don't believe in God, you believe in praying to the universe or whatever like that, I'm probably not going to be the coach for you. We're not overly deep and spiritual, but I might mention God like a time or two. So if that's going to be an issue for you, don't worry about it. Just like some of my videos, and I appreciate it.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you. I'm going to invite you back.
Yeah, I appreciate
Um,
it.
uh, maybe I'll have a bigger panel, but the first time I try to give you your shine, so it's just me and you, and then get some people to follow you. I know did you hit the 15,000 mark a couple of days ago? I saw you posted a video saying thank you for something or something like that.
Yeah, I did. I'm at 16.2 now. Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So if you ever want to be on live more, I'm normally live 3 days or 4 days a week. Right now until football season starts, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Football get here, I don't know Friday because I got to get up early Saturday morning. I got to get to the college football. So, and Dino gonna try to keep me up late on Friday night. We gonna so Coach, I don't know if you work Saturday mornings, but if you see us on a Friday night, just
All
be
right.
aware. Dino don't play around. He gonna ask you some personal that
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you some personal questions.
It can't be any more personal than what I already got on the internet. So
You better know it, because I ain't gonna hop in your DMs. I'm gonna question you right on live in front of everybody.
Right on the spot. Authenticity.
Yeah. FedEx man on the way, ain't he? In that Charger. Hey, Blue, you getting ready to close it out, period, and go over to YouTube? You getting ready to end everything?
Sure.
Well, it's your boy Dino Brown, entertainer, coming to you live one more time. You see, I got on my uniform, which is that slingshot. I don't call it a wife beater because I don't believe in beating women. I believe it's a handoff, non-contact sport when men and women get together. I'm single with no children. You could catch me on a couple of TV shows, a few movies, on the radio, and a lot of music videos. But I appreciate Blue for sharing the platform. I appreciate you for entertaining with the fella. And now I'm getting ready to go in here and get some of that stuff that's going to fix my hair that's broke on the top. Next time y'all see me, I'm going to have long, illustrious hair like the doctor. Y'all be safe.
So, .brown.entertainer. Yeah, he's
Oh, we got the same last name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dino.brown.entertainer. And, he was on, like you said, a couple TV shows, a couple movies. And, he comes on here every now and then for comic relief. And I really appreciate him. So anyway, I'm going over to YouTube, everybody. It's listed at the bottom at Unfiltered Polo Blue. Again, at the very bottom at Unfiltered Polo Blue. And I'll be there. And it's 9:30. No, it's 9:17 my time. I'll be on at 9:30 for sure. That's Central. So that's 10:30 Eastern. And on the West Coast, it's 8:30. Had to get my time right. Anyway, thank you. Thank you again, Coach. If you ever want to come on, you want to start coming on a regular basis because you're dropping gems. And yeah, just let me know. If you would say, hey, look, I can come on Mondays from blah, blah, blah early because you got to get up. Okay, cool. You want to come on another day? Let me know. We'll work it out. I don't have women who will tell the truth like you.
Yeah.
I'm extending this offer in public to know, because there's some other women. I wish I would have had you here last night. I know you popped up to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Trying to attack her just because she said she wanted to protect a provider and she was willing to submit to a man who's going to lead. They was not going for that.
I would have had her back so fast.
They was not going like no, why you being that sounds manipulative. That sounds like he's too controlling. But she was like, but this is what I asked for. I wanted to protect a provider and I'm going to make sure the house is great. He go out slay the dragons. We come together. We both happy. No. He shouldn't tell you what to do. I said, oh.
I know you got to go, but some of those same women who were saying who are anti-submission are the same women who said they want the type of relationship their grandparents had when they're together 50, 60 years. How do you get that without being willing to submit? Yeah, maybe we could talk about that on another live because I think, I definitely would have had her back on that one. But I know you got to go over to YouTube. So thank you again for extending this invitation. And we should definitely do this again.
Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, head over YouTube again, right here at Unfiltered Polo Blue. Again, at Unfiltered Polo Blue on YouTube. I'll be starting in 11 minutes. Thank you all. This is the way.